There's an old Vietnamese saying about Lạng province that goes like this. Đồng Đăng có phố Kỳ Lừa, có nàng Tô Thị, có chùa Tam Thanh. Ai lên xứ Lạng cùng anh, bỏ công bác mẹ sinh thành ra em. That roughly translates to Đồng Đăng has Kỳ Lừa Market. There's Lady Tô Thị statue. There is Tam Thanh Pagoda. Who would come up to Lạng with me? Would make every effort your parents put into birthing and raising you worthwhile. That last line is a bit extravagant, but it also what got me. So my family and I, we packed up and we drove north from Hanoi to find out for ourselves. And this is our 24 hours in Lạng. First stop before we even hit the city is a market. It's called the Chi Lăng Market. And this place sells one thing and one thing only, the custard apples. That's it. Just this one thing piled everywhere as far as you can see. But here's what got me. The market was almost completely empty. There is actually no customers. Just vendors. All of them are vendors. They're sitting quietly and waiting. And the price, it's 50, 60, up to 70 cents per kilo. Some of the best custard apples in Vietnam, selling for 60 to 80 cents per kilo. My mom ended up buying 30 kilos. 30, because why not? The vendors work really hard and barely anyone shows up. Maybe we came really late in the day and all of the big vendors had already came here, picked up what they're asking for, need to buy, and left. But there's still a lot of fruits left here and the vendor is still waiting for people to buy it before it got rotten. So we try to support small business. There's not a lot of money. We ended up buying 30 kilos for only $15. So if you have a chance to come by this market, please buy something for them. The fruit will be rotten anyway if you don't buy it. They are not able to eat this many fruit. So if you buy it, even though you are going to pay a little bit of fee, it's called a tourist fee. But still, you get a really good fruit. It's fresh and for a really, really good price. So after that, we load up the car and headed toward the city center. The landscape here is just different from where I came from. In Hanoi, we are very close to sea level, so the mountains and the clouds seems really, really far away. And here, as you can see, clouds are right there, right in front of us, and mountains living among clouds. Everything's just blended together magnificently, beautifully. And I just cannot stay away from the windows. I just keep looking at these beautiful landscapes. I bet the local people here are just so used to it because no one bats an eye, but me, it's captivating. And then this beautiful landscape just collapsed. The sky certainly got darkened and the rain started pouring really hard. By the time we reached our hotel, which is only around midday, we literally couldn't get out of the car. We have to sit inside waiting for the rain to ease out a little bit before we can come in and check in. The afternoon that followed, we were basically stuck in the hotel. I'm really glad that I booked this hotel, which is more of a better hotel. Lạng is not a tourist city, so there's not a lot of hotels around, and the hotel aren't really up to the tourist standards, except for the really expensive one. So I'm really glad that we have this hotel. It's really good. we booked it for, I would say, $20 a night per room per 2-person, and it's a pretty good price. It's more expensive compared to other tourist cities like Halong, but in Lạng I think it's pretty good. But we had nothing to do. The rain wasn't letting up, so we just had to stay in and do whatever reasonable things. We put on the TV, put on some music, and just relaxed. No rushing, just doing absolutely nothing. And then the rain finally eased out a little bit for us to sneak up to the rooftop and enjoy the pool. Calling this a pool is actually very generous. It's more like a very big bathtub, but make up for what it lacked in size is the beautiful views. I did have some, videos that you saw previously. It was fun, just take some time off us when we have this beautiful, amazing view. It was beautiful, so I think the view was definitely the best part of it, but it was good. So I just got back, shower, and then changed into my second outfit. Okay, that was not going to be easy for you to see. So this is my second outfit. The shirts actually go all the way down to almost my ankle, and here's the top. It looks very traditional, inspired, and here we have the image of the cherry blossom, which is one of the staple flower in the mountain area of northern Vietnam. So that's why I choose it, because we're visiting a province in the very north of Vietnam, even though it's not the cherry blossoms season, but it's kind of negative vibe, so I like it. I just got down here, my hair is still wet, but we're going to head down and have something to eat. Once we dried off and changed, we head out for dinner, and we ordered something I want to tell you about. It's Khâu Nhục. It's a slow-braised pork belly dish that actually originates from China because it's very close to China border. Since the special in geography, Lạng cuisine tells the story of two cultures has been blending together over thousands of years. And I genuinely wished I had filmed more, but I was very hungry. So this is what we got. Then we went out to check something off of our list. Do you remember the old saying I put at the beginning of the video? First thing it mentions is the Lua Market. So we're here. Right now it has turned into a pedestrian zone. It's called the Lua pedestrian zone. And honestly, it was not much activities going on. It was quiet. Not many vendors, store has already closed off, and I believe it was pretty early at night. And I wouldn't lie to you, it's quite disappointing, but we came here to see it, we saw it, and sometimes things are not going as planned. After that, we just drove around the city, no plan, no map, just exploring, and there's a lot of beautiful ancient pagodas and temples, beautiful and sacred places. These are usually places that have been exist for a century. But we had a lot more going on day 2. The rain from the previous day has gone, and we were ready to actually explore. And our first stop following the old saying is the Tam Thanh Pagoda. I want to be clear, this is not your typical pagoda. This is a pagoda that lives inside a cave, and again, I'm not filming the pagoda. I'm just filming the cave, the thing that is not contained in the pagoda. The cave, the thing that is not contained in the pagoda. But this is a real Asian's massive cave that carved into the mountain. We walked inside and it showed what a typical cave would look like. The ceilings was covered in stalactites, and when there's stalactites, the shimmer white things that cover the entire inside of the cave, you know who occupies these places? Bats. Lots of bats flying overhead. Then somewhere deep inside, there was an opening where sunlight was streaming in from outside, cutting through the darkness like something out of a dream. To be honest with you, I'm from Hanoi and I've never been inside a cave before in my life. So I don't know what got into me that actually was there, and I was there for a long time. There was a lot of walking, climbing up to the ceiling. There's one stair that made of stone going all the way up to the top ceiling that has an exit. That was the line that we were seeing. And I did that. I scared up stair in general, but I had finished walking up and then down from a stone stairs that was wet, slippery, with no railings. At one point, I wasn't even walking anymore. I was basically crawling up toward the access at the top and holding onto my brother for dear life. And on the way down, my legs were shaking the entire time. But I made it, and it was worth every shaking steps. When we finally made it out, we wandered around the souvenir shops around and outside the pagoda. Just a lot of simple stuff, local goods, the thing that you would find at every sacred site in Vietnam. And my mom browsed around because she has to shop and buy things everywhere we go. And at the meantime, my brother, my father, and I, we would just sat on the sidewalk enjoying our little snacks and catching our breath. And then the rain came again. But we Vietnamese people believe that after you visit a pagoda or a temple and it rains, it means your wishes has been granted, or it's basically just a good luck from the pagoda. So that's the good news. And that's honestly why we never made it to Lady Doti's statue, the third place from the old saying. The rain was too heavy and the road got too dangerous. So if you're keeping score with me, we got the market, we got the pagoda, but Lady Doti's statue, we have to wait for next time. When the rain eased up, we drove toward Đồng Đăng, which is the very first place that was named in the old saying. And when we were there, we visited Đền Mẫu Đồng Đăng, or we can call it Mother Goddess Temple. Now, as you know, Lạng is one of the oldest cities in Vietnam, and with that age comes layers and layers of spiritual culture that run incredibly deep. And one of that being the Mother Goddess worship traditions, or in Vietnam, we say it Thờ Mẫu. It is one of the most sacred and ancient practices in Vietnamese culture and spiritual culture. This temple, which is located in the heart of Lạng, carry that traditions. Again, we are not filming inside, out of respect for the sacred place. After visiting the temple, we grabbed a simple lunch nearby, nothing fancy, just good, local food for a morning full of history and spiritual. And then we headed to the borders. Yep, borders, plurals, because there are multiple points that Lạng touch China. The first one we were trying to visit it was Hữu Nghị border, friendship border. Well, ironically, we couldn't get through because there were a lot of restrictions. Mostly, if we are not people from Lạng, we are not able to visit it or come across it. And then we come back to the second border, which is the Tam Thanh border. And my mom got quite emotional when we arrived. She told me that she came here over 20 years ago. And back then, this place was really vibrant. People was everywhere, vendors calling out, goods piling up high on both sides. She bought my very first dolls and my first piano here. Because everything was so cheap and very diverse compared to what we have in the city. And she described people was making trips after trips back in the market and backed out because they keep wanting to buy more. And then when we got there, it was very quiet. The market was almost completely empty. Again, no customers. The stalls were there. Vendors were there. One of the vendors even told us that they haven't sold anything in days because there was no one visiting. Visiting this place again after 20 plus years has been very emotional for my parents. Things have changed. E-commerce, internet, the way that logistics changed people's life. Our lives in the cities got easier, but some people's life at the border got more difficult. I know that there's a lot more change coming up in the future. I don't know how we are going to face it. And then we got back in the car and drove back to Hanoi. I came here following an old saying, a poem that promised me a market, a lady statue, a pagoda, and something so beautiful that your whole life would feel incomplete without seeing it. We found the market. It was quiet and waiting. We found the pagoda, ancient and breathtaking. We missed the lady because the rain has other plans. But we found other things that beyond the poem. The beautiful mountains playing with clouds, the cave that shelters shoulders, the mother goddess temple standing up for centuries carrying thousands of years of histories and cultures. The border market carries my parents' memories. And so if you're thinking about going, please go. Please made up for us. Connect with a local, prepare better, but also let the province surprise you with what it can offer.